chosen. And yet, he's the one chosen. Later on, we have the story of him defeating a bear and a lion. And later on, after that, he goes up against the Philistine Goliath. Boy, my mind's getting old in these old ages. But he's still going up against that and saying, as I defeated the bear, as I defeat, or God can help me defeat the lion, so too I will defeat this Philistine, which he does. Later on, King Saul is coming after him, trying to kill him. And God delivers King Saul into his hands. King David realizes that and proclaims that all over the place, that God has been with him. And so he knows that God will always be with him. God will always protect him. God will be by his side. But he also knows that it is from God that he can give praise and thanks for all that he has. And so when this man born blind gets a sight, is something gratuitous out of God's love. Because if you notice, he didn't ask Jesus to be cured of his blindness. He didn't make a profession of faith. He didn't do anything. Jesus, just hey, this guy's begging on the side of the road and he's blind. And Jesus cures him. Now, when you stop and take a step back and think, well, wait a minute. Now that he's cured of his blindness, Jesus isn't going to take that back. This guy has the opportunity to become a great saint, to be a great sinner. He could thank God, he could thank Jesus, he could deny Jesus, he could do anything, and yet that blindness is never going to be coming back. Jesus cured it. And so what does he do in response to that? That's the ultimate question that drove me. Because the first question that he is asked is from the crowd. This isn't the man blind that used to beg, is it? And he now has a choice. He can say, no, not me, and avoid all these tricky questions and going on his way. But instead he stands up because he has experienced God's power in his life and says, yes, it was me. And so then that gets to the next question, where the Pharisees are saying, okay, then, what did he do? He explains it. Who do you think he is? He says he's a prophet. Notice how his faith is growing. He first said, the name of Jesus cured me. He's a prophet. And he's on the way as he's doing this, as he's experiencing and reflecting, he's proclaiming to others what he believes. Of course he's not perfect, but he's willing to share. Later on, his faith grows even more as he's saying that he's the son of he's the Son of God. He's the Lord. He eventually gets to the most important proclamation. Meanwhile, his parents are testifying to what they have seen and heard. Oftentimes, I want to say, look down upon him and say, well, why did you say that Jesus Christ saved him? Why did you say that it was Jesus that cured his blindness? But then if you start to think about it, why would they? They weren't there when Jesus cured his blindness. They don't know who Jesus is. They're testifying to what they see and heard. And so that's what we are doing on this Laetare Sunday. Testifying to what we see and hear in our own lives. Laetare means rejoice. We rejoice not only because we're halfway through Lent, we rejoice because we know that our salvation is at hand through the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But we also are here because we too have experienced that healing power of Christ. When the blind man was given our own blindness can take many forms. We can say have our own blindness of how we treat others. We have our own blindness of who who we are. Many blessings Jesus Christ has given me in my life. And once we forget those blindnesses, once we forget what Jesus Christ has done for us, then what do we have to rejoice about? What do we have to say? Is that remembrance that we do each and every Eucharist of the gracious gift that God has given us, that allows us to then proclaim His goodness. And not only to bring His goodness to God, but to be sent forth from here to share that good news. When Jesus sends this blind man to the pool of Siloam, the pool of Siloam means sent. And we can see that sending to the people around him who said, oh, was this the beggar that used to be there? You can see that sent to his parents who said, this is our son. See that sent to the people who are the Pharisees. See that sent to being each and every one of us. And as we experience Jesus Christ in our lives, as we are rejoicing for it and remembering what Jesus Christ has done from us, we are not to keep it to ourselves, but we are sent to go and share that good news with our brothers and sisters, so that they too can rejoice and experience God's presence in their lives.